Okay, so let us talk about, because I'm particularly interested in resolving some of the challenges we have in the dispensing of medication in our society. I wanted to talk about the dialectic between, say, modern medicine and traditional medicine, and what are your views about the two fields, and what progress has to be made so that if, for instance, there is a role that traditional medicine should play in our life in society, then it's allowed, and then modern medicine is not patronized to the detriment of traditional medicine.
All right, thank you for the question about traditional medicine and modern medicine. First and foremost, I like to say pharmacists are also herbalists. I mean, the pharmacognosy we did in school is not a joke. So it is traditional medicine that gave birth to the modern medicine we have. That's the truth. Because 99% of medications are from either plant and animal sources or synthetic sources that are still from plant and animal sources. That is to say that the modern medicine we have now is from our plants, our animals, the natural sources that we all have. The difference is that, just like Paracelsus Swiss said, that every drug is a poison, but what determines if it will kill or heal is the dose. Modern medicine has come up with dosing. Before medications are packaged and dispensed, they have been analyzed over and over and over again through various clinical trials, tested on different ways or different aspects of life to be sure that they are safe and efficacious for us. It's about safety. It is safe for this individual. It's about efficacy. It is effective in solving the particular problem that it was meant to solve. It has less side effects, less toxins. These are things that have been considered before we talk about modern medicine. So as much as I know that we are in a low-income climate where a lot of people may not have access to modern medicine, it is true that modern medicine, no matter how we try to make it penetrate, it may never get there. But however, what can be done is tighter regulation. Tighter regulation. When we say first aid is the first treatment given to an individual before the arrival of a doctor, before the person is rushed to the hospital, what we are saying is that whatever is done is temporary. It should be regulated. It should be monitored. People should be fully aware, because one of the things that makes traditional medicine very detrimental is ignorance. People do not know why they are doing a lot of things. People do not know why they are taking what. They will tell you, is it not this Bitalin my parents, my forebearers have been taking? Take it, I don't man fear it, things like that. However, with the introduction of modern medicine, the work of pharmacists, scientists, and other chemists, industrialists, we have been able to pass this products of plant and animal origin through different procedures and processes such that the finished product is safe and efficacious. And at any point it is not, it is withdrawn. The traditional medicine that you are going to patronize, when the Abiaibo gives you something and it's not working, who are you holding responsible for that? Somebody that will disappear. Does the Abiaibo in your village, does the traditionalist in your village not disappear? That is why it is important that you trust modern medicine. I am sharing this because I want to demystify that myth that a lot of people have, that it has been from the beginning, it has been from the days of old, from the days of John the Baptist. It mustn't always be. We need to be receptive to newer technologies, receptive to the fact that people have sacrificed, have done a lot of research to ensure that these things are still plants and animals. They are not from the sun or the sky. But however, they have been prepared and packaged in the right dose. And And that is why it's important that you get your medications from trusted healthcare providers. By that, I mean your pharmacist. They will tell you the right dose, the right frequency. How many times are you supposed to take it in a day? For how long? Because some people just share medications. A child will take a medication and remain for the elder brother or the younger sister. You know, you're supposed to take the medications as prescribed. For what duration? How many times in a day? What dose? How many tablets? How many ampoules? How often am I supposed to apply the cream? How many pessaries am I supposed to insert? How many suppositories? So you should always get this information from reliable healthcare professionals. Trust your pharmacist. And that is why I also appreciate the efforts of pharmacists now going into the media space to demystify a lot of myths, because at first these pharmacists were behind the counters, but now they are on the social media. So there are a lot of relatable and reliable information sources that are out there for you to get the right information about your health. So I'm not saying that traditional medicine is totally evil, because it gave birth to what we already have. However, there needs to be regulation. And of course, modern medicine will always supersede any form of traditional medicine, because it is in the right dose, in the right formulation, stored in the right temperatures, dispensed at the right time, to the right people. We are having a lot of problems in the health space, especially in pharmacy, antibiotic abuse, because resistance, a lot of microorganisms are getting resistant to a lot of medications, and that's because we abuse them. You're told to take a medication 3 times a day, and you decide that you have negotiated with the microorganism and you want to take it twice or once. You want to take it in your own time. You've decided that this medication that you were given, you would rather fast. You would rather just take it with alcohol. After all, it will activate the drug. I don't even know who told us that. But there are so many medications that you should not mess with. People will take Flagyl and take alcohol, metronidazole. And you know already that the reaction is going to be very wonderful in a negative way. But as an explorer, you want to try. We need to be intentional about our health and our lives. And the truth is, if we are going to be intentional, the first step is to get the right information. The first step is to get our medications from the right sources, and also adhere to the advice given to us about our medications. Because a lot of us feel that no grief for anybody has to do with drugs. No grief for anybody has nothing to do with medications. Please, you have to listen to your healthcare providers when it comes to medications. That's the only way we can work with you to win this. It's not when you decide that once you're feeling better, you discontinue medications. You have to take them to the end so that it doesn't come back with a resistant strain and now cripple your efforts. How can you do a medical examination and you're resistant to almost all the medications? Because you're always taking 1 ampiclox every month to flush out, when you and I know that that's not the right dosage. Even when you go to get those medications from where you source them from, because I know no pharmacy will dispense that to you, your conscience will be telling you it's wrong, and you would still go ahead to do that. So I feel the total way to eliminate this menace is if all of us take responsibility for our health and for our lives.
Okay, considering that, we know that assertion, that saying that every drug has its own side effects. Okay, so that meaning that probably it's not good to take drugs or to just have it at the back of your mind that everything should be, you should take drugs at infinity to solve, to treat diseases. Now, my question is there an alternative to maybe a kind of lifestyle you might recommend that might help people to at least avoid, because there's that aspect of ensuring that you don't get sick in the first place. Understand? But of course, you know that once you get sick, you have to take medication. But is there a lifestyle that you can encourage people to live so that probably they don't come to buy medicine from you?
Okay. So if I don't answer this question right now, it will look as if I don't want to sell drugs. But I'm going to answer it right. Thank you for that question. Thank you for that question. In fact, I like the question. No. I like the question, because the truth is, a lot of people feel that as pharmacists, our first port of call is drugs. But that is not true. Thank God for this opportunity to once again debunk that. We as pharmacists, for every condition, we start with the non-pharmacological management of these conditions before getting to the pharmacological. Non-pharmacological without drugs, pharmacological with drugs. For the non-pharmacological, assuming a patient shows up at my premises with an elevated blood pressure, the first thing I would do is not to throw medications at the person, unless it's an emergency where I have to refer to the hospital or to do something. But the truth is, I will start with lifestyle. You that likes eating fufu, loi loi, apple at 10 p.m., how far? By the time you control your diet, you stop eating late, you reduce the portion of food that you eat per time, you drink a lot of water, you eat more of fruits and vegetables and less of carbohydrates, you increase your protein intake, you increase your intake of vitamins and minerals, you would be better off when it comes to your health than someone who doesn't. And it's important that a lot of us are conscious of these things, because the truth is, the diseases that were for people from 40, 50 are now happening to younger people. So if we do not start to be conscious of our health from a young age, we might see the things that we are avoiding and saying God forbid against. When I talk to patients, I tell them, when you say this illness is not your portion, whose portion is it? You know, so it starts with the diet and the lifestyle. The lifestyle, instead of driving to that short distance, why don't you take a walk? Why don't you exercise at least twice a week or thrice a week, even if you cannot do it every day? You are a sedentary worker, you're always sitting down. Why don't you take some breaks, some walk breaks? Every 20 minutes, every 60 minutes, every 3 hours, you stand up and just walk around. Because even sitting for a long time at one position can make your legs swell. It starts with ensuring that the chairs you sit down, like this one, are comfortable for us that sit for long hours doing a lot of work. It has to be an ergonomic chair, a chair that supports your back and muscle movement, so that you're not sitting on a rock and thinking you're straightening your back when you're damaging your spine. It starts with controlling your intake of salt, sugar, fried or processed food or canned food that has a lot of preservatives. It starts with sleeping better and resting better. I have what I do every morning, which is called my beauty sleep. I will just, after my prayers, after the chores, I just take, even if it's a 15 or 20 minute sleep. Because I know that that time I put off my phone at night, one patient must have woken me up by 2 a.m. to talk to me about one of their health challenges. And I did not have a straight or consistent sleep. So even if you're a nursing mother, even if you're someone that does a kind of work that keeps you awake at night, try to rest in the day. Because the truth is, you can never take the role of sleep and rest. There's that freshness that comes when you wake up from sleep. There's that freshness that comes when you take a rest. So those are the lifestyle modifications that we can practice. You drink water and mind your business. You show up in the place of purpose. You hang out with friends and people that you're supposed to hang out with. I mean the right kind of friends. You join Planeyo book circle instead of thinking about your house rent and your school fees. You join us here and we talk about books. You join to become an author in 30 days, and instead of worrying about how you make money, you write your own book and you market it and make money. You know, so these are lifestyle modifications that we all can do so that we keep ourselves in a better shape. We also advocate for preventive medicine over curative medicine, because the truth about it is, by the time we as individuals take prevention of illnesses better, you trace your family history. Your father was diabetic. You start from a young age to control your sugar intake, your lifestyle, and every other thing. You know very well that your mother had maybe a fibroid or one or two things. You also work towards ensuring that the things that killed your parents or happened to your parents do not happen to you. So it's a conscious collective effort before we even get to the place where we prescribe or dispense these medications or even employ other forms of care. Because the truth is, if you jog every day for the next 30 years, you may reduce your speed of coming down with arthritis by 30% according to world health statistics. So it's the intentional moves, those little moves. If you drink 3 or 4 liters of water every day, you reduce your chances of coming down with maybe kidney stones or any other ailments that has to do with dehydration. So it's about us first. And I will still dispense medications if I have to. So it's not as if I want to sell my drugs without you.
Okay, yeah. No, you're very good at what to do. So I have 2 questions and then we are done. One is, do you think that, have you noticed any limitations to pharmaceutical practices as you have them today? That's one. Then 2, do you think that AI will replace pharmacists in the future?
First question, are there challenges that I have
limitations
that I have experienced? Lack of funding. Sometimes the kind of quality of care I would want to give my patients, due to the funds available, I may just do what the patients can afford and what I can afford for the patients per time. That doesn't mean I'm not giving my best. But however, if there are funds, more machines would be employed for procedures I would do manually. The second aspect is the limitation of time, because as a pharmacist that does a lot of other things, I intentionally create time to do things. And that would be better if there are systems in place to relieve me of some work. I'm a superintendent pharmacist in the pharmacy where I work, the Manatee Pharmacy Global, the one-stop brand in pharmaceutical care. If there are better systems, there is more financing and better regulation. For instance, if the better regulation for pharmacies and the menace of fake drugs, substandard medications, or infiltrators are reduced, I think it will make the practice more fun and interesting. And then, of course, the standard of living too and the value of Naira. I mean, in those days, pharmacists used to marry with their internship money. Pharmacists used to build houses and buy cars. But the case is not the same now. You need to do the extra work and diversify if you must really survive in Nigeria. So what are we saying? Those are the limitations. And then you asked if AI will replace pharmacists. No, AI cannot replace pharmacists. The truth is that pharmacists, for instance, I am a pharmacist in tech. I do a lot of data stuff, so you can also talk to me in that regard. What pharmacists are doing is, of course, optimizing the artificial intelligence for better practices. So by the time artificial intelligence is counting the medications, sorting out some folders, sorting out some things, receiving medications, price tagging medications, and then of course serving the medications in the different dosage forms, it's easier for pharmacists. So we just do the mental work directly with the patient. And I think it's even easier and less cumbersome. I mean, if I have artificial intelligence delivering medications to my doorstep or to the pharmacy, why would I have to go get it? Or why would I have to go source for it? So what I encourage every other professional and every pharmacist to do is to embrace artificial intelligence, learn a skill, learn an AI skill this 2026. It's just January 3rd, and you have 11 months, 27 days to 2027. So learn an AI skill so that you can make the money, and then you'll be able to have excess money to pamper the body that makes the money.
Well, I can attest to the fact that you are a resource person anytime, any day. And it has been a pleasure speaking to you here at Planeyo Publishers. Of course, from the way you're going, I know that we have not exhausted everything we need to say. That means that we'll have to bring you back another time.
Thank you.
Yeah, because you are versatile, you speak on so many areas with authority, which is quite commendable, and we are sure that even if you want to go into politics, you will make it because of your advocacy spirits and all of that. So that's quite interesting. I think with this interview, I've got to know more about your prowess, and I think I would definitely recommend you to people when necessary, where your skills are needed.
Thank you so much.
And so that's been our discussion with Madeline Ecott, the author of How Are You. She spoke to us passionately about all our works and the great things she's doing for humanity. So right now, in order to bring this session to a close, we will just read some poems from the Groans of 279. And I think everybody will read a poem, and then we'll just discuss, and then that will be it. The Groans of 279 it's a poetry collection authored by my humble self. It was presented to the public I think September in 2025 through a book signing ceremony, and today we just want to read some poems in it. I think I'll be the last person to read. I think we have poems from pages 1, pages 2, let's say pages 2 to 91. So what you need to do is to close the book, and then I think we'll start with Miracle. Miracle, welcome to Planeyo Book Circle. It's your first time to be here. I'm glad to see you, and I'm also glad to welcome Peace William himself to the circle. And I'm also surprised to see him. In fact, it's a pleasant surprise that he's here with us. And so we had some persons who watched us online, so thank you very much. For instance, I remember Joseph Akosi watching right from the beginning. I think I will check from the other live to acknowledge the other participants. So let's start with Miracle. Miracle, from page 2, from 2 to 91, you choose a number. Don't look, close the book first. 2 to 91, you choose a number. Are you trying to be superstitious? Number 3. Okay, so we go to number 3. Let's see where there's a point there. There's no number 3 point. Maybe we can choose 4. Okay. Since it's just the same page. So you read 279 Blues. We are listening. 279 Blues.
Your dreams are what their nightmare as you watch the sun shining home. Leaving you at work, you not there to go home. Because now you are child and story away. Animals like you do not deserve a lift. You trek home to empty pot. No children to wake you welcome. No wife to serve a lovely way. You slump into a chair in this bed, your head in your palm, thinking of the next survival mode. You sleep with your stomach rumbling, feeling of nightmare, witches and wizards offering you pussy in exchange for your soul. You wake up trembling, calling on the God who sides with you, oppressive self at work. Your burden proves heavier, forcing you into an uncomfortable deep sleep. You wake up swimming and sore, your back ashes from troubled sleep, chased and beaten by existential force. It's another timeless labor day. You offer thanks to God who loves your oppressors more and rush back to work as so as not to be sanctioned. 12 years on, you remain a 279 man with shoes that have suffered with you and shirts that identify your soul. Those who refuse to pay you now sit with the high and mighty, looking support from ever reaching you. Death is an option. The shame of death is unbearable, but you have all your dreams before you, even though they now come to nightmare. Blessing the 279 blues. It is the silent tears of the deprived, the shattered dreams of the sincere worker. It is the groan of the orphan. It is the unanswered prayers of the blessed worker. Brother, are you human like me? Sister, are you more human than us? Why has everyone else been paid their salary except 279? What crime have they committed? Let's pray to the Creator. Let's call on Him to stop supporting the oppressors. Let us use the blood with our tears, kneel and roll on the mud if it will resist the prayer of the light being worshipped. The light those who grow and beg. Dear detective human God, when will you pay 279 for your 16 months salary arrears? Will it be after 40 years and 40 months? Can't you see how they pay man laugh at my pride, mock me at every turn? These unnatural men who have bounded themselves into a band of oppressors, positions themselves in power corridors, and only reverse look on their upkeep cycle if they do things of life. They seek to raise your voices to mark your place forth, but I am already in the grave. You don't have life after 12 years of salvation. You cannot stand shoulder to shoulder with your mates. They have left you behind. To raise your voice, they say it is risk and risk. How many years can they put in prison? What prison is worse than this? Being free with your hands tied. They say to raise your voice to risk being sidelined. How about 12 years of being ignored and passed over? Here is a song to 279 groups out there. Asuana, we know what the other happened.
Okay, thank you. So that word is actually, that expression is actually taken from the drama text, Not My Generation. It says, Asuna no akwade ada asenuri. So if you read Not My Generation by Ibrahim Su, it's an old text, you come across that expression because it's also, Not My Generation also dramatizes a labor issue. But this one involves secondary school, I think primary or secondary school teachers who were not paid their salary areas too. So this 279 issue aligns with that, and that's why I'm taking that quotation from. So it's like an intertextuality. So I saw now no, even in song, I saw now no, I go there, I saw okay, I saw now no, I go there, I saw no. So meaning Asuna is one of the administrators who refused to pay the workers in Not My Generation. And so the song is calling on the teachers through the song are calling on the person to pay them so that there will be no problem. So that's how it is. And you could of course see the imagery in the poem. The persona, the worker, is bemoaning the consequences, the effects that the withholding of the salary areas has brought about in his life and all of that. Okay, so it is Peace Williams' turn. So you close the book and choose a number.
Number 5.
Okay, 5. Let's see. 5. No, 5 is, from that point.
Okay.
So maybe we can read the next one, which is 7. 279 Anthem.
Okay, 279 Anthem. Oh God, Lord of all creation, look on us and apply it. We are your children. We have worked. We have toiled. Yet no reward for our labor. We are like orphans. We have no one to speak for us. Our precious lives at us while they dine with cups of silver and gold. Raise their mighty hands and please, Lord, remember us, your children. We are 279. We are the oppressors, the oppressed workers. They say either we worked for nothing or we lose the job. Lord, please come to our aid, soften the hands of our post-mortem fellows. Let them release our rights, for we are tired, our limbs gone, sore from working without wage reward. God of our ancestors, please hear our cry. We are your children. We did not commit any crime. Your word says that the laborer is worthy of his wages. Stand by us as we demand our rights from those who hate and oppress us. God of 279, God of justice, look on us with truth and mercy. Make us smile in no time to come. Let not our labor be in vain. Stand up and fight for us. As for those who betrayed us, we leave them in your hands. They are like shepherds who sold their sheep. God of 279, everlasting judge, weigh our wages in your balance and hurry to relieve us of our pains. Bring us succor from our heaven-blessed stores. Let our song change from great 279.
From lamentation to jubilation.
Okay, sorry. From lamentation to jubilation. Great 79. Stand firm, stand strong. Do not despair. Do not faint. The Lord of the harvest is still the God. At the appointed time, He will grant your requests.
Okay, so Kwazange, your turn, choose a number.
2.
Where is 2?
Page 2.
No, they are already taken now. Let me see.
Let's read our copy.
Let me see. 2. Okay. Alright, it has not been taken. It has not. So you can read.
My birthday wish. Today is my birthday. Happy birthday to me. I have a birthday wish. 879. At 42, I don't have a wife, I don't have a child, I don't have a man, I don't have a house, I don't have a car, or anything that defines societal success. But I work every day, I have gone to school, I have certificates, and I give my best to work. I am not complaining, I am grateful to the Creator of all, who knows our destiny and our fate. But we operate in an inhuman system where some have
positioned themselves to frustrate the dreams and aspirations of others. I am here to resist that inhuman system, no matter what it will cost me. I have fought for others. It is time I fought for myself. Sama, you must pay 279. You cannot ignore, sweep it under the carpet. The money has lost its value, but we must pay 279. Those who block the payment of 279 will eat but feel no satisfaction. They will drink water and feel no fulfillment. Those who sold out 279 will never know peace. Those who monetize 279 for positions of authority will never know peace. Those who fight for their flesh demands but place 279 last or refuse to mention in it all will never know peace. Sama, you must pay 279. It is the sweat of the orphan, the pain of the oppressed, the agony of the hungry laborers who worked for 16 months without payment. If you were a human being, your conscience would have made you restless until the money is paid. But since you are a devil, it does not concern you because you have no conscience. Prepare to kill me, then use the money to buy my coffin and arrange my funeral because you like sponsoring funeral, but you must pay 279. I don't have any better wish except that you must pay 279. This is my grand challenge. Pay 279. I know that a group of occultic people have ganged up against me. They block everything good that comes my way and have vowed that I will never amount to anything more. But they are not God and they must pay 279. Call me names but pay 279. Set me up all you want but pay 279. Block my dreams all you want but please pay 279. Friends, do not wish me happy birthday. I am not happy at 42. Ask them to pay 279.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, Marvelyn, it's your turn. Read the book and take a number.
73.
Okay, 73. Why 73?
It's a unique number, 7 and 3.
Alright. 73 then.
Okay. 73. The poem is Workday Blues for 279. I actually like this piece because it has Ibibio in it. So I'll read. Utom etenyen ikat pamfen. Utom etenyen ikat pamfen. Se obot ifya yonko Watson. Se obot ifya yonko Watson. Utom etenyen ikat pamfen. Utom etenyen ikat pamfen. Mfenanam oyong senita pamfen. Ndiara sikang afop pamfen. Monday, first day of work. We work like Adam, but outside Eden. How is work? Work works. But that is a set response, a default reply. Truth is, work worries, work worsens, work wastes, work is unwoke. Work is weakening and sickening. Work weakens. Work wreaks havoc in the mind of man. Work rots wrinkles. Work has gone away without leave. No more work to rule. We work to lose. Work wins and the worker loses. Work works wonders in making the worker wander aimlessly in the world of work. Oh, Mom. In In between pasturing the lambs, the shepherd pauses to reason. Why does this worthy routine sound absurd? What exactly is this about? It is hard to believe because no matter the effort and time put in, there seems to be no sense in it. One cannot account for the absurdity at work. The hunger that rumbles the stomach, the thirst that tests the pastor's strength, the dizziness from overwork, the staggering, near-fall experiences, the anger that won't fight against transfer of aggression, the insane insolence of a system that values personal interest over that of the collective. At the close of day, one collapses at home in tears, but tomorrow will come and the task will be repeated ad nauseum. Utom etenyenikat bamfun. Utom etenyenikat bamfun. This is a very beautiful poem if you ask me. And it reminds me of when I used to do spoken word poetry. It's really beautiful. So you should get your copy of The Groans of 279 by Ayo Etim. Thank you.
Yeah, and it's actually rhythmic, and I think it's a chant or a song that comes on. I think it's my turn. I need to read from the collection and then make a statement or two about it, and then we are done. 2 to 90. Okay. Let me try 65. There's nothing at 65. I'll take
64.
I'll take 64 then. A libation for 279. The narrator actant is dressed in Ibibio traditional attire, holding a gourd filled with palm wine. He pours the palm wine in drops as he speaks. Abasi Young, Abasi Son, the creator of the heavens and the earth, look down mercifully at your children, the ones they derogatorily call 279, the ones who are mere statistics on the spreadsheet of evil administrators, the ones who are abandoned like rafts after being used, the ones who have been crying for 12 years now, yearning for succor, begging for the money that rightfully belongs to them. Yes, the very ones who worked for 16 moons without being paid. Today they are still traumatized, still oppressed. They cannot catch up with their mates. They have been left behind by time and the elements. Atakbo Ndemurani. Behold your son walking in bondage, in adversity, university. He has suffered all his life. You can count how many times during childhood he had to cross Akwakwa to Cameroon. Now it seems like hard work does not pay anymore. Your son is now above 40. He has no land to call him, no house, no wife, no child, no car. But he has earned the title of a Taifo. Only that Taifo are not respected in this town. They are looked down upon and treated like trash. He works hard like others. He's not lazy. But the system only rewards people with connection. Mbak, be a connection to your son. Owo do yene kele rimbodami. Si owo no your son. Lugu okobo, edio, this is for you. Drink, stay and listen to our petition. All of you, Esorita, Uduten, Anentra, Dissemin, come and take your portion. The world is full of evil people. Greedy people in power spaces. They eat their portion and those of the children. They will not spare the one for the youth. They even swallow the portion meant for the poor. That is why they are the only Tsar in town, with tummies like the Spanish air balloon. but you gods are not like them. You stand for justice, truth, and love. If they pursue me after this report, seeking my life to destroy, I will run to you. Please hide me from the wrath of from the wrath of vain and vainglorious sharks. Today we declare that the salary arrears of 279 will be paid. Those who betrayed 279 must be brought to book. They must face justice for their humanitarian crimes. Do not let them sleep at night. Do not let them drink water nor eat food, until they ask forgiveness from those they oppressed, until they right those they wrong. Come, all the gods in the land, come from the four winds, gather and take your share. Listen to our words and act. You are the justices of the earth. Let justice be served. Let justice be served. Drink and pour the remaining drink to the earth. Exit. Okay. So let me talk about 279. Recently I went viral on the social media, and one of the issues I raised about my deal at work is being owed 14 months salary area. So that is the 279 issue. I suppose that sometime between 2023 and 2020, sometime between 2013 and 2014, a group of staff was employed at the Planeyo State University, totaling 279, and they worked for 16 months without being paid. And for over the years, there have been agitation upon agitation to have that money paid, but there has been no success till today. This year, if you count from 2013 till now, it's about 12 years. And so that's the long time, that's how long it takes for justice to take place in Nigeria. And we might never have justice, but I tried to write this collection to remind me and posterity of what, because for you to work in a place for that long, 14 months, and you're not paid, I want just make a mental calculation of how you go to work every day. Then at the end of the month you're not paid. Then it moves into another month. You do the same thing. You're not paid. Then it moves into another month till it becomes 14. I only want to thank God that I survived all of that and I'm still here, and will continue to fight until this this wrong is corrected. And sometimes after writing this, I wrote this collection as a form of walking through, as a form of having closure, and I don't really have problem with it anymore. It's just that once in a while you look back. I wrote this poems in 30 days, one day, a poem a day. It was posted on the social media. I created a lot of, it generated a lot of, how do you call it, publicity for it, because I will post it, then post it on my website. So even if you check a title and then Google it, you will see it. So you might not even need to have this copy. If you want to read all the poems, you go to my website, you read all of them. So this collection is a kind of an attempt to give closure, and I have made peace with my God over that matter. And I'm like, whether the money comes or not, I am fine as far as this collection exists. But now this has become literature, and it has become part of labor literature in a private state in Nigeria. When we want to talk about one of the labor literatures that we have, this will reference this, because this shows the extent to which workers could be marginalized in any society, not just our own. So I know that when some people read this collection, it will resonate with their experiences in different workplaces. At the end of the day, it's no more my story, it's no more my poems. It will now be the story of every other worker who has ever been oppressed, denied their rights, and all of that. And of course, the struggle continues. And that is where we bring discussion for Planeyo Book Circle to a close today. I want to thank everybody who has been here, especially Miracle Bassi, Peace William. Peace William, do you have anything to say to everyone?
Thank you so much. Thank you. It's really a privilege to be here today. I've been yearning for this fellowship. To be in town, I had to squeeze in and surprise my boss and my beloved lecturer in the University of Europe. I was there. It's a very beautiful time to share with him and the entire Book Circle family. So much touched with this book, The Groans of 279, and I actually looked at the dedication. The words of Professor Daniel Ugo broke my heart. The last statement or sentence there said the comrade is suffering the 279 waiting on Godot. And I pray that it's not be waiting for Godot that we know. So this has been a prayer point, and God will certainly answer the prayer by lifting up the pains and the burden of the 279. Thank you so much. It's been a movement of deep critical reasoning and academic work here. From my sister who took us through the journey as a publicist into the world of literature. And I'm so impressed by the way she spoke, the way our presentation was superb.
Yeah, she's very good.
Thank you so much. And even my beloved brother that I came to meet online.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. It's a nice reunion.
Yeah,
thank you so much.
It's always a brainstorming session whenever we meet.
And I'm meeting with my beloved.
I think she was here on during the second edition. Yeah, Miracle, what do you have?
Thank you very cool once again.
Miracle, what do you have to say?
Okay, I want to appreciate you for this opportunity. This is my first time to be here. I've been seeing your post online, and I'm excited to be here for this talk edition. So I really appreciate everything I'm seeing here, and also encourage others to join us because a lot is happening here. Thank you.
All right, welcome, Miracle. Good to have you. Besange, the capacity author.
I really enjoyed today's session on learn, because every time is an opportunity to learn, you learn and learn again. I made a few words from the first speaker. And aside my being my friend, but every time I engage in a conversation we have one or two things to take from it. So I'm glad she came, and it's not just coming to Planeyo. Yes, she's an amazing person. She took it personal and she's very, very, very intentional about the circle. And to you, Doctor, you're doing amazing. Thank you for gathering lifelines. I pray for more strength for you to keep gathering more lifelines, more education. Thank you.
Yeah. And the good Marvelous. Any final word? I know you've spoken so much today, so.
It's been a wholesome experience, and if you're not a part of Planeyo Book Circle, I don't know what you're doing with your life. This 2026, you need to be a part of us, and you need to join February edition, March edition, until the end of the year. So thank you for having us. Thank you so much, Dr. Ayo, for the invite, for the time, and for such amazing work you have done. When I read the poem here, I was like, this is a masterpiece. And I pray that the groans of 279 are actually met.
Yeah, so.
And that we all have our heart desires. And that you grab a copy of any of my books or join cohort 2 or become an author in 30 days.
Yeah, so if you don't have a copy of the groans of 279, you can always take one home. There's no problem. Courtesy the house. So,
thank you.
Yeah.
Okay,
thank you, the house.
we are lucky they are. So they are house. So all that what is there will protest.
Yeah. So, Planeyo Book Circle meets every first Saturday of the month. and of course this is the first Saturday of the month, and of course the first Saturday, I must say, in 2026, and we have just made to fulfill our mission of encouraging reading and the reading culture in our environment. I am grateful to all the guests, Johnson Tene, all the way from Canada, Mabeline Court, a great pharmacist and a resource person, and my humble self, the host and founder of Planeyo Publishers. Once again, I thank all the people who watched us online. Etimunuyu watching right now, and Imoike watching. Thank you very much, and to all the others who watched us in the other parts, I am very grateful, and I wish you a very happy New Year. This is where we come full circle. Planeyo Book Circle. This day, 3rd January 2026. Have a very beautiful, beautiful day.